Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
What's up, everyone? Thanks very much for tuning in to another one here on the Coaches Desk. Big up on yourself, people. On see what go on? Yeah, man. Everybody see what go on. Everybody know what go on. Yeah, man. On a no say a data go on, but what go on. Big up everybody. Big up Facebook. Big up everybody that continues to support Coaches Desk. And I don't know it going on. Yeah, man. So remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right. Yeah, man. Drop a like, drop a share, and who there on here? Drew, big up yourself. No, oh, his son, Dean Fraser, what go on? So, people, we are quickly talk about some things, So, me drop the breaking news this morning, Seeing, Toki, big up yourself. Me drop the breaking news this morning, and the people, let me see, them people and the respect we around here, You see me, I said Joe Fortis. When we drop the breaking news, me say a lot of people are questioning the news, Yeah, man, me see uno, man. Me see uno. Yeah, man, me see uno. I try if what I call it now. Discredit what go on in our man, what we telling us the breaking news, Yeah, man, we see what go on, man. But yeah, we not follow up through that, We not follow through that, We just make gonna know, say, yo, when we get news, we are making to know. And even though the naysayers them are gonna roll out, yeah, man, we have the barricade for them, man. So big up everybody. Dean Tomlinson at the building. Big up yourself. My day was good, Yeah, man, my day was good. Thanks for asking, man. Big up yourself. Papitos, big up yourself. Paul Watkins, what go on? Where it says speed get the next man fired. Lovell's Network, big up yourself. Now, Triple E, what go on? How this? Little League, big up yourself in a land. I want to say, Dina Lee, what go on? Big up yourself. All of the massive there, yeah, man. So here one of people, we are talking about some topic, some big money run, Yeah, man, big money run. When you think a joke, yeah, man, big money run. You, hey, me now say Mannings no break the news, brother. But me say when me say it, people are question it. So them did question Mannings. Me never watch Mannings man show, but big up to Mannings same way. Yeah, man, I don't know when Mannings thought them things that you don't believe. You see me I say? Yeah, man. So some big money run. Big money run. A whole lot of things are going up. Yo, this thing, we're going. I don't know if it is a good look, yeah, man. I don't know if it is a good look. And why I say I don't know if it is a good look, because a whole heap of people might get mashed up in this, From ballers to coaches, everybody had get mashed up. A whole heap of people had get mashed up. Yeah. But hold on. Triple E, which part of there? Triple E. Which part of there? Yeah, man. Drew anywhere. Drew anywhere. A little Chelsea are going up % and Mannings. A little Chelsea are going up. Yo, little Chelsea are going up on Mount Pleasant. That are going. Yo, this man coach one game, brother. One game. Can you believe it? You're going a coaching job. Seeing? And a one game you coach. One game? Nah, star. Yo, me can't believe say man get one game, brother. One game. Seeing? One game. Nah, man. You fire a coach. But listen to me, Mr. Revolution. You have to look upon the fact, why them get rid of Tappa in the first place? 2 seasons, 1 championship and a final. No, star. That no look good. That no look good. That cannot look good. Seeing? Cannot look good. A little Chelsea are going up a cent and the Mannings. Are going can chat to the Mannings. Can chat to it. Lick Chelsea are going. A little Chelsea are going on. No joke thing. Because Tappa, them shouldn't fire the man in the first place. And that caused the whole alabaloo we are going, Because then Lego Tappa. For whatever reason. But here we have a letter for read too, folks. Yeah, man. We have everything right there, so. Hold on there. We have everything right there, so. Make sure move it from this, so we see where it come from. Yeah, man. Me always do that, Because some people skill upon the net, man. Yeah, man. It's like all big deal, Len. Yeah, man. Them man, the skill. Them man, the skill school, I mean, it can be seen as an emotional decision, Really and truly, it can be seen as an emotional decision because it is. I mean, if you said this man was going to bring it, they're looking for a different direction. Then, what direction? You have to carefully think through these things, man. You can't just make decision like that. And then for this one to be made right now, you can say this one is impulsive as well, You can classify this one as being impulsive as well because you get one game. What can the coach do in one game? It could be what my only take is that the players were not satisfied, That's all me can say. The players them never satisfy. Because how can you fire a coach in one game? And you brought in the coach for that particular reason to bring them to that level. Seeing? That is the problem. That is the issue we may have. Seeing? But here now, Mount Pleasant boss come out and put out a press release, because he want the fans them know what go on. Seeing? He want the fans them know what go on and make the fans them know what's happening. You get what I say? And this is for immediate release. You get what I say? What you say? Yo. Hey, Paul Watkins. Paul Watkins. You know, say, I call Mannings, though. I call Mannings for the show, You say, Mannings have whole for inside. All right, so effective immediately, Mount Pleasant Football Academy has entrusted Tappa Whitmore to build a technical team that will ensure Mount Pleasant continues to compete at the highest level. Oh, highest level. Seen? Now, Peter Gould takes this opportunity to apologize to the loyal Mount Pleasant fans for the decisions that were taken during the summer that adversely affected the performance of the team. We are committed to returning the club to its high standard of professionalism and look forward to the days ahead. Simple as that. For immediate inquiries and further information, please contact Mr. Paul Christie, Sporting Director, Mount Pleasant Football Academy. That is the situation. Yeah, we said the ball tell the players them say them not committed, but a Tappa favorite thought that And every coach after thought make that thought then and people beat up about the commitment thing, Yo, I'm gonna call Mannings and see if Mannings can forward and make we know what go on right up a Mount Pleasant there. Cause Tappa is back, you know, people. Tappa is back. Tappa is back. Yo, man, fire man after one game and bring back Tappa. If you were in Tappa's situation, would you have gone back to that situation or in that environment? If that go on, you know, that simply means some sit down would have to go on, you know, some conversation, seeing, or it also indicates that even though it seems as if they left on bad terms, that wasn't the case. You get what I say? That probably wasn't the case. And that is a good look. Because, I mean, that's the world of football, you know. People, you have coaches come and go, you know. Yeah, man, coaches come and go. And it's set up a way that, it's set up. If you decide to go in another position, if you decide to go in a role of a football coach, manager, just prepare yourself and know, say, yo, at any given point, you know, you can't get fired, you know, because Tappa was in that situation. Tappa did well with the team, you know, irrespective of what people think, you know. I did the same thing we saying at the video, you know. Seeing? And look there, them have to draw back for Tappa. They have to draw back to Tappa. Big up to Biggie Dan say Christy needs to go. He's making Mount Pleasant Football Academy a disaster. Dance all topic. Big up yourself, you know. Well, go on. All right.
Manning's man or Omar.
All right. So we soon have the boss forward on the show and make we hear what go on. As I say, tell you full. But right now, I don't know if the situation has set away still in people. But I just the nature of football still it's a footballing decision, you know. You can do well with a team and you still get fired. That is how football operates right now, you know. When in the grand scheme of things, you know. That is how football is operating. So your job not really safe in a football. Would you consider yourself as a bad coach? Seeing if you get fired, Tappa get fired from the national team, you know. Seeing Tappa get fired from a national team. And what? Tappa will get big role. But now, what me get for understanding of folks is that a Tappa entire team, the people they want back in a place, you know. The only man me say them can't get back a Warren Barrett. Seeing? Can't get back Warren Barrett because some decision was made that Warren Barrett cannot forward back. You get what I say? But Lamar is back. Tappa is back. And me here to our next coach on his way back. So some big money spent. Big money in the negotiation. You get what I say? Yeah, man. Yo, me I tell you, say, if people don't believe that money is a defense, then now you believe that money is a defense. And money answered all things because I must money make Tappa return because where Tappa did go. Imagine a ball of them will go with Tappa. Seen? And now Tappa returned. Yo, without a ball being kicked in the Premier League, you know. When you say Paul Watkins, yo, them brother are serious, you know. That means that them want so Paul Watkins, what you say? A Christian make the wrong decision them in the club. Drew, anyway, big up yourself, yo. To go on. Breaking news, boss. When you make them news a pass, yeah, boss. Oh, you're not gonna report for the next club now. I forgot. Sorry. But almost the same color on have still now. Big up, Dre. Yeah, but people, the situation set away because I can understand a baller move, seeing because a coach is at a different club. You see me I say? But with that said, the coach basically make a right about turn or a U-turn. And he brought you into a particular club and you're not going to kick a ball and the coach gone. And a coach that you kick a ball with, you now have an opportunity to kick a next ball with him. Yo, I just how football set up, you know. So them you they were going there. What if a new club, new coach come and is it that new coach have to just work with what these coaches left behind? It's a serious matter, you know, folks. It's a serious matter because a lot of people shifted their whole living condition, they move out of them community to be there at that club. They put things in place. And whatever was put in place, it gone down the drain. This is something serious, man. Well, go on, brother Jason. This, and you know, just want to look on and say, yo, a coach get fired and you know, Tappa return. But when you look at it, it'll mess up a whole lot of ballers. Imagine you move to a next country, see, with the understanding that you're moving because your boss a go to a country they go work. And your boss are going to be your boss because you work with the boss there and develop a synergy and understanding. And when you reach and you make your preparations, boom, bang, the boss just decide to say, yo, you know, me I go back home though. The fact in that, you know, you can't just say, I go back home, you know. Because nobody no send back for your yard. The coach gets sent back for. The coach can buy out for him contract, but you cannot. This unprecedented, you know, people. You don't see turn events in a Jamaica football. Eh? You don't see what go on. That's some serious thing I go on, brethren. Serious thing. So you know, so these players are going to be affected mentally going into the season. Because I presume that they would have been training for quite some time now. Seeing? Yeah, man, that a go on, man. Them are training already, man. And then this thing for the switch just like that on them. This is mind-boggling, people. You know what, Triple E, as a coach, I don't think you can be loyal. Once you're there, you're loyal. But if somebody come with some bigger food, better opportunity, better condition, like what Grimo did, you gotta move. You gotta move. I can't recall this thing happening in Jamaica's football ever. People who watch football longer than me, you know, tell me if this ever happened. Tell me. Yeah, and see, would have seen the defeat, you know, because of course you bring in new players, they might not gel yet. Seeing? But I mean the firing, yo, man, them see, all right, so Mr. Revolution, other people can join in and tell him. People, the phone line is open now. No can call in now. Yeah, man. See phone number there on below the super chat. I cannot remember anything like this happening in Jamaica yet. In a football, this is a history. And Tappa is a part of history. You see, same like how Tappa create history with Mount Pleasant and Tappa create history with the Reggae Boys in more ways than one as a coach and as a player. Yo, Tappa history man in Jamaica. Oh no, I think it Tappa. Oh no, I think give Tappa him ratings. What me say? Tappa, I forget in ratings. I forget in ratings. Tappa do some things when never happen in a Jamaica football. Seeing? And Mount Pleasant a move like a little Chelsea. Yeah, man, a little Chelsea, man. A little Chelsea thing I go on with Mount Pleasant. You see the logo almost look alike. Yo, that never happened. Yeah, you're right. Not even England, Mr. That happen. This is unprecedented, Virgin. I'm telling you, man. I've never seen this before yet in the history of Jamaica football. I mean, no, they are deeper history before me come about. See the Triple E. I mean, they tell us a Tappa part of history, man. Every step Tappa make him a part of history. Tappa a historian in a Jamaica. Remember me, yo, the man a historian in a Jamaica. This never happened yet. When Reggae Boys qualify for World Cup, Tappa did it. Seeing Mount Pleasant, the man create history with. The man have the winningest record for the Reggae Boys coach. And then Tappa rewrite history. After I'm the world with Mount Pleasant, then fire him. And then carry him back. You know, that is a good question. It's a very good question, you know, Jason. Which part of history that? Which side of history that him would have depend? Chaja. Dre, anyway, that what go on at Chelsea? A little Chelsea I go on there, say, you know. Where say Chelsea lose 2-0, so it could get fired.
Parchment New.
Yo, what go
Coach
on?
is there.
What go on? Big up yourself, you know.
Good day, man. Hey, Coach Lindsay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you know, one of the things when we take out of the game before the game, though, the press conference, right? I'm look on the gelling part when they ask the coach about gelling, right? The coach said that Well, based on where they're at, they have to go out there and play based on where they're at. But the gelling could have been better. And then from the son home, I say him have players from different places with language barriers and all them things. And if it could be better,
What kind of
then
language
there's
barrier?
some problem.
What kind of language barrier?
Such as the African who you know him speak a different language.
Did the African start?
He came on.
Right.
The Brazilian there who
the Brazilian started?
Yes.
And then can't speak English none at all?
No, he can speak to an extent, but not as good as well.
But you're supposed to can understand football in language, because I mean there are a lot of clubs in the world that has players who don't speak English, even coaches. And information is disseminated and them understand what going on.
Right. So in the post, if you remember watching the post-match press conference, Coach Farrell talk about the language barrier when you asked about that. So, all of that I used to come up with my analysis to say that, hey, I think Cavaliers is going to win, and been watching Cavaliers, training through the season, because I went and do some videos and posted on the Cavaliers TV channel. I could then say that, hey, Cavaliers is more gelled, and it's easy for them to just bring up a youth from the U17 come into their system, because they don't play different, and there are more talented youngsters in that under 17 team that the people don't know, and they can match up in the Premier League. I was looking, I thought we would have carried, most of the attackers from that, but hence, him already have seen attackers already, so maybe not. But in the season coming up, he's going to play some of them, and I think they are going to light up the league.
So Unseen, are you telling me that Speed could have put in him under 17 team in another league and them compete?
Of course. Yeah, he had the centre back from the D mid and the centre back from Dintil on the bench, and those are under 17 players.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you had 2 under 20 players in the squad who started at right back and left back. For there are the two centre back players for start who started. J. Light Smith and Alfonso Good.
But Unseen, this is an indictment on the football still, if an under 17 team can come in at the league and show up the ballers them, the senior ballers them, it's an indictment on the league, brother.
I wouldn't say
it might sound good, Of course, it's an indictment.
I don't think you should say that, because at the international level, you have youngsters who come and, you're paying some persons a lot of money and them come and dismantle them on the pitch. So it's about the quality and the coaching that is going on.
But no, Unseen, that statement, hold on. Why I say it's an indictment, but because you're looking at an exclusive under 17 team. When you're talking about club team, you now have a full under 17. You might have a little 18-year-old or 17-year-old come up in a team, and the manager might give him a chance and him come out there and do well and light up the league. You see me I say?
Right.
But we are talking about an entire team, substitute under 17. Everybody are under 17. So that's why I say it would have been an indictment on the league if a 17-year-old under 17 team can come light up the league. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get what I say. Okay,
you see me I say?
Yeah,
and if that is true and factual, then football really no problem.
Yeah. That would be serious, sorry. Serious. But tactically though, I thought Harold got it wrong. And let me say this clear. Nobody in the YouTube space wanted anybody to get fired or not. It's just about seeing the football, asking yourself if these boys are ready to play, and passing your opinion on it.
So them says YouTubers wanted Harold to get fired?
No, we just want to put it out there clear before they jump to that conclusion. Now, I did a video on it, me and Mr. Meeks. Mr. Meeks is you would say, a passionate supporter of Mount Pleasant. And he was upset, because, I support Cavaliers. So we beat him again.
Mm-hmm.
So the feelings is not good, But at the end of the day, we have to applaud Speed though for doing what he always do and still come out with a result or a positive result.
Mm.
It's not that easy to drill your boys to be so defensively, competitive and stop Mount Pleasant from penetrate and score. It's not that easy, especially with two new defenders in the back line. They're losing Ming and Irving, It's not
Yeah.
easy. So you have to give him a lot of flowers. What says you?
For who? Mr. Speed?
Yes.
Of course you have to, because I mean quality team, but again, after a few months training, you wouldn't believe that Mount Pleasant would have gotten it right off the bat. The ball now go through the covers and you trickling at the boundary for 4 right away. You see me I say? And it's a case where the coach probably learn the players and I try to understand them. And obviously he had issues, because if he only mentioned language barrier, that means that those players are him go-to player, but one never start. You see me I say, but me as a footballer, one language. You see me I say, it's easy if you understand tactics using gesticulation and hand movement. You can use some sign language.
Yes.
But Mr. Speed do well in given the circumstances. But again, you have to look upon the continuity that Mr. Speed have in his team, which is very critical. That would have caused the youths them to understand whatever system. So at two fresh young centre back are going at the team, that now go pose no problem for them, because guess what? I understand how Cavalier play. I mean, in a Cavalier system, embedded in a Cavalier system. So it now gonna be difficult for me to make that transition.
Yeah,
but
man.
because them on there come from different places, it's not gonna be so easy for them to make that transition under a new coach.
So the question is now, Coach Minty, how a new coach with so much resource can get that quickly in? Maybe you have to buy players who fit team style, player team system. What do you think?
Oh, for the coach, Aral, right?
For Mount Pleasant,
Our Theodore will come in now.
No, Aral. Theodore have to come and try to fix things. I don't think it's going to be easy for him. But we are looking at Aral now. So we want to say that, so basically what we look on it is that the gelling takes so long, they know that they have this competition coming up. Why didn't they stick to Tappa? Then Tappa would have bring in players we want to fit team system of into this store.
That's a $1 million question where everybody would have want to hear answer. Trust me. That are the question we want to hear answer. Because why get rid of Tappa in that critical moment when season done? When you know say you're prepared for that tournament? That never made no sense to me. And Peter Gould, as you can see on the screen, he apologized to the fans, because they do believe that would have been a rash decision, an impulsive one, if you ask me, to get rid of Tappa. Remember, this man coming at the team, you ask him to do a job, he win the league in his first season, don't?
Yes.
Second season, he reach final.
Yes.
You have to tell me, say,
for the first time.
Huh?
To CFU.
And him qualify. So tell us the Tappa the historian, man, a history man, man. And then them got do that and bring him back more history that in creating a football in Jamaica. This never happened yet. So I wouldn't remove Tappa. Anybody who will come back would have to have a hard task. Not only that, unseen, it is on the heels of the clearinghouse we're going on Mount Pleasant as well. You get what I say? So the person who is going to sit in that seat is pretty much getting new players. Where was Aral coaching before? Was he at Mount Pleasant?
He was there as a part of the youth in the academy.
Right. But how many of
I don't remember the post.
How many of these players him know?
I think he will know all of most of the players them that are from the foreign players.
No, but
because he had worked with a lot of players in coaching in Jamaica Premier League.
Yeah, but players evolve. Players evolve. Unseen. Me and you there one school. Seen or one place a coach. Seen you every day. So you had to tell me, say the grown man can't go take up a player them because him know them.
No.
So even if a coach there one place unseen and he has nothing to do with the first team, him not there training, him not know who the players them do what them do. Him they are different at training. You can't tell me saying know them because him did it.
Yeah, but my question to you is that when did Aral know that he was going to get this job?
I don't know. Oh, me can't answer that. Don't ask me that.
Because obviously, it was a plan to put him there from day one. But they had to, find a proper way to do it.
Yes, but unseen. And this is how me look on it different from you, You see, when it comes down to the practicality of training and coaching, it different from me in the stands every day. I look on the players them I play football, Remember, say me don't know what going on at the training ground in the unseen. So when me come in, my philosophy, it's not going to be that easy to get it across. Unless me a magician, and me just wheel the magic one and say, all right, conform to coach's this philosophy. And it work right away. You get what I say? So he would have struggled. Anybody would have struggled. Remember, say when Tappa come in at the first season, them have the team from early, go through pre-season, do all of them things then. So them learn the players, them and do all of them something there. It couldn't happen over the short space of time when Aral take the team, brother.
No, but what I am saying to you now, coach, you are one of the richest clubs in Jamaica.
Do you say me? I'm one of the richest man in Jamaica. That I say.
You are on YouTube anyway.
No. Yeah, man, I go send people. I do if you come knock, man.
Hold on. So yes, the club is one of the richest clubs in Jamaica, right? I mean, we even say it from on the platform. It's like, what can this club do different to get the players an edge over the other players in the league? Number one, you can afford to pay players them right through the month so that they don't work for anybody else. So the training plan now, Mr. Minziga, he's a tactician when it comes on to football. He understands the development of players and so on. You get the team a certain way. What can you do to enhance the fitness of these players to a level, say 60% or so in terms of fitness? Right. You need to train more than 2 times a day. You need to structure your session properly. Nutrition supposed to be up and running. When I went up there, I do my investigation. They train 1 time a day in the morning, 2 hours, and they go home.
Under the new regime?
Yeah.
They're not the recipe for disaster, that brother. You can't have a man in a preseason and 1 time of training, 1 time a day. No, man, I joke thing that man.
That was told to me. So maybe somebody then mix it up and go in the evening, go train different places. But I was told that it was 1 time a day.
No, that can't work. If I that go on, it can't work.
So that's what I was told. You understand me? So for me, I think a club like that, I think some clubs in Jamaica can emulate or copy the style that the international clubs are doing, and they can improve, because in order for them to go and play those teams in the next round, the Champions Cup, you need to be very fit and ready to go, right? You can't be half fit and be under competition there. You understand me? They can afford to be less fit than us because they're very tactical, right? And they have the technology. We not reach this yet. So we have to go in there with what we know best, fitness. Unless we start getting very tactical with the technology. That means it. I always say this. Last year, Cincinnati game versus Cavaliers, me and Mr. Mix sit down, right? And there's white man have one camera and him have video the game, right? Him have a walkie-talkie in him hand. Two, somebody I reckon, the cameraman and the video man, and the next man, the analyst. Each time, Cavaliers attack the man that send information to the coach to the tablet. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, every time Cavaliers get the ball there, so that player is free. There's an issue there. Lock it down. All right? Then the coach may relay and say, how can us, lock them in offline and put the pressure on them? And they say, all right, this player is going to move wide such and such, to send the message to the wing back and tell him to squeeze him quickly. So as the center back of the ball is going there. So hence, you find out that most of the time that the game as Cavaliers find an outlet, boom, the defender is there to clear it and get it away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not eyesight alone. Technology I use. We there to make a move like so mad.
Yeah, man, that's important.
Technology wise. So at there and then, no, Mr. Dongami, I said, but this someone, them man.
So that's an in-game management too,
All right.
Because you see how the team are playing, you have to try to break them down, or you have to try to exploit an area that you see is a door that is left open. You get what I mean?
Live result.
So
live result.
Yeah, you can do live thing like that. But when we spoke to the analyst for the reggae boys, Kyle, he said the same thing, that they recorded this stuff and them send information to the coach. And
time?
Yeah. Or sometimes them do it half time or whatever. But him say, yeah, man, them do it live and a share information. I say, yo, this person is not doing that. Percentage or whatever is not happening in terms of whatever. So
right.
them do it, man. In the national team. But yeah, if people want to invest in a football, we can't continue the conventional way,
True.
And in sports in general, you have to try. And that's why I rate Dr. Paul Wright. Dr. Paul Wright said in sports, everybody are trying to get an advantage. Whether a man want to take drugs or whatever, or a man want to get the best coach or the best equipment, the best whatever, people are trying to get an advantage in sports. So with the new technology and everything, get the advantage through that, man.
True, man.
You get what I say? Even if we can't do it the right way and until you get equipment, you can't have what you call it in an earpod in. A man record the game live, and you tell him what go on. You and him connect and you tell him what go on and say, yo, this will happen too frequent over that side there. We have to innovate and see it. We can't just, you see me I say, expect things to just drop in your lap. So.
Our foot.
All right, your
football past that now.
You see me I say, people are think of ways. You see the man, them Stephen Francis get machine to make man running when them can't run on the ground. You see me I say? Because people want to know, say, yo, me I try to get an advantage. I saw sports there, you have to try to get an advantage over the opponent, Whether
some get a machine, the man running.
Yeah, man. The man can't run a ground. So him get a machine so Kishian can run, so he can't go compete. You get what I say? So the coaches have to do things in a football with a find unconventional ways to get these things, these information to your team, to your coach. That's why sometimes the fans them get so crazy, Sometimes you see the vantage point of the fans there. Don't take it lightly, You think I better coaching them. They must see the game from a vantage point where sometimes the coach now see it on a level. Look, check it out. You up on sideline already as coach. Yes, when you watch football from above, what you think the angle them in a football stays so? When them record the game. Because you want to see all of the things them where you need to sort out.
Yeah, man, you can't dip on the sideline and see everything.
So that's why the person
sometimes you have to follow the ball.
Right, and that's why the person who do the video analysis try to elevate themselves and send the information to the coach.
Because the video analyst also we don't watch the ball, but I look on what's next. If the
exactly.
Ball break down, which player needs to go across here, so now
right. So you play a chess.
The spacing when give up. Yeah, and the spacing is when give up. So you need to know that. All those things are come from the analyst.
Yeah.
So question though, we could fast forward now to the team now, the Tappa team now. Like and and the question I'm gonna ask is I think it is mind boggling though, like Tappa did not get the job. I don't know how them deal with the transition between him out of the team and then now back in. Like, was it good relationship when he left? And the team, a person that he's bringing in, so one of them went to be the head coach at Portmore. So how would that work? No, that question I'm more ask.
Yo, I'm seeing it messy for some people. I'm not talk the baller. Seeing when you look on it, everybody involved, I go feel a pinch. Mount Pleasant, I feel a pinch right now, Cause big money me is spending. Cause you have to spend. Have to spend big money to get them back. It no matter what you say, big money have to spend. Seeing, I am not really of faith to the dollar sign or the pound sign. You see me? We spend, but me know say smart as me be, me know say money have to spend, money have to involve in this. It now go happen so.
Them spend nearly $1 million US.
Well, that's you see, a whole heap of money that. A whole heap of money that. So when me say unseen, everybody will get affected. Seen? Because Tappa gone our next club, though.
Tappa?
He was at another club, right?
No, he was just at high school.
Just at a high school. So probably him can still get back there. Him probably can juggle the high school.
I don't think him that crazy to leave school now and then. But you don't know your future at Mount Pleasant. A twinkle of the eye, it shows that you can be next one out.
No, that is true, and that is the nature of football. If you can play, if you can get a fast money in 6 months unseen, we can serve it for a year or a year and a half. You wouldn't put yourself in that situation there.
It depends on what type of the relationship we're getting it. Because we're not going to just work so and get abused.
No, but do you see abuse that? No, me never seen abuse that take place. Because me not talk about no abuse, man. A real situation me I talk about, man. Because Tappa wasn't.
It's a fact. It's something that we have to talk about.
No, but Tappa wasn't getting abused in the situation.
When I say him get abusing, I'm just saying that the relationship between me and you and she and you understand me?
No, but unseen.
When me at work, what the work? Yes.
Yeah, me get what you say. But are they
okay.
Are they what do you call it now? Ideal situation with that talk. Because
okay.
What I'm saying, if you unseen, you're a football coach, seen, and you coach other things. Me not limited to that. Seem like I want to limit me to one thing. Me not limit you. Anyways.
No, sir, we never limit you yet.
I say, oh no, look at that cap that fit you. Anyways.
No, sir.
You are football coach, seeing, knowing the landscape of football and how fickle it is, would you still reserve yourself by trying to get into an ideal job? I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Because you know the nature of the job, so at any given time, you know you can lose your job.
Right.
Because remember, Tappa did well, Tappa did well, and then still let him go for whatever reason. Seeing? So when you check it out, the youth them a CC, which is Cornwall College, might have got feel a little blunt type because it could be a situation where him can
coach
two teams. They want him full attention because of the nature of the job.
Double standard though, because the assistant coach 2 teams.
But you have to look on the role. Assistant coach is different from the head coach.
That is true. But
we don't know what is the ramification of him being at that. So we can't say XYZ. So he might still have that job there at the high school. See?
Okay, yeah, for you. We are speculating.
But the point is that if the assistant coach come over,
yes,
it is a big loss.
The assistant coach, the goalkeeper coach, and the fitness coach.
it's going to be a big loss to whoever had them. Well, Portmore United, everybody know.
Especially for the fitness coach, a lot of people going to get a pinch as well. Somebody else will get a pinch right now.
Yeah. And that's why I say everybody have to take a blunt because Mount Pleasant put themselves in a predicament where they have to spend extra money where they didn't have to spend right now to get back Tappa and him crew. Seeing?
Yeah, because Portmore now just like a coach. So.
Exactly. Money have to run there, so.
Him sign a contract,
Money have to run there, so. People break contract.
Is that transfer now for the coaching Virgin?
Yeah.
With Tappa now, it kind of look a bit, a schoolboy football that so. But the club now with Mr. Ferguson now from Tappa, is that transfer that?
Yeah, because Unseen, you have to look on the youth them way go there with the intention to work with a Fergie,
Yeah.
That is a big thing, Imagine you go for work with a coach Unseen because you rate the coach and you know the coach ability and capability and
the coach will give me an opportunity.
And I go give me the opportunity. I'm go there. And a few months after me, the coach saying cut and based on the situation, me can't cut. What if the coach will come in, me not able to find favor with that
but
coach?
The youth might lose respect to you.
Yes.
You know that. The youth might lose respect and say, money and scan.
But again, Unseen. That's why I tell us that the nature of the sport.
Well, rough. Of course, I see some Jamaica, the shit on the whole place.
So that me I say.
Like a Jada Kingdom.
Me never see this yet. Yo, see the big boss. That's big boss. Let me move for the screen. What go? Hey man, I was trying to just shave your head, sir.
Yeah, try to keep up with you,
Yeah, try to keep
Who
up.
Is that? The great man's man?
But me have hair upon my head.
I know your ears feel like that. Well, you know what? It is the summer, so where you are, your ear have to be low. But I know when it gets to winter, you go, you understand me? Good evening, sir. Good evening to the other person.
Yeah, man, big up yourself, man. So what you dealing?
My apologies for being late. I did promise you 15 minutes. It took a little time.
No problem, man. We'll still do that whole long conversation.
Yeah.
But man, why you tell me what really going on Mount Pleasant? Because
why just put me on the spot? Yo,
man, we not each people ever wait, so we have to talk about that. That a discussion tonight, man. First of all, man, what can you tell us on the initial relieving a duty of Tappa? Because that are the first thing we have to solve this first before we can get into anything else.
No, I think the initial, from my perspective, and I think my initial thing is that it was knee-jerk because the season before that you won the game. It wasn't a penalty shootout. You defeated Cavaliers. You won the game. In the season, the results you had the better of the results against Cavaliers. You got to the finals in football. Your Cavaliers won, but they won the penalty shootout because the game ended 1-1 on a day when your team played poorly. Now, you had won the league the season before, so your objective coming into the season was to qualify for the CONCACAF tournament, which you did. So, to fire him was foolhardy in the first place. Because you had accomplished all the things that he had set out to do. So there was no valid reason. The team just had a poor day, and even on a poor day, the game ended 1-1 and went to penalties.
But hold on there, Mannings, isn't results like these that get coaches fired in the game of football?
Not when it is not your like I'm saying, if Cavaliers had won that games within the 90 minutes and outplayed them, then you could have said, boy, the team looked terrible, the coach has to go. If you had lost the final the year before, because remember, when the final was won, coming into the season, the talk from the club was, going further in the CONCACAF level of football because the emphasis of the club was never really to win it, because there's no cash incentive for winning the JPL, really. That really makes a difference at Mount Pleasant. So what makes a difference is, are you able to play at the CONCACAF level, exposure for your academy, exposure for your players, and think. I think that was what they set out to do for last season. You did not miss out on your overall objective. All right? So again, to relieve the coach was knee-jerk reaction after a bad result. And the coach was not fired either. His contract was not extended, to be fair to Tappa and the rest of them. All right? The contract were expiring. You didn't extend the contract. The decision was made. But, you know, there are other things that people will say in terms of the director of football and the head coach never got along. And some of those things may have played a factor in the decision. And this was okay. You lost. This is it. You know, because there are in the streets, and this is in the street among the fans, that it has been a while since his job, Tappa's job, was under threat. But the results were always up, because they had, based on games played and goals conceded and losses, they had a very good season. All right? Now, again, what is the issue? The issue is there is in St. Anne an understanding that there is some difficulties between the head coach and the director of football. And that may have led
to what happened now?
To what happened? To what happened the last time? I mean, in the summer, like, because everything happened in the summer, you know. People don't realize, you know, that Tappa lost his job in the summer, you know, because it's June that his contract could have ended. So he lost it in the summer, and then really and truly, it's really a month and a half after you hire a coach, you know, after the contract of the other coach expired, you know. You hire so you remove a coach in June, you hired one in June, you remove the one in June, in August, and brought back the one that you removed in June. So it's really 3 months that all of these decisions were made, but there was a build-up.
Yeah. But I mean, isn't this another bunglings, as Jason never saying in the comment section?
What will be interesting for me with Coach Minzy is how then does these two persons, how do I work with the person who I believe unjustifiably
relieve me of my duty?
Yes. Knowing that it is not this person that is rehiring me. It is the owner. So how now do I get along with the person? Which is going to be will egos be put aside?
But if the owner are the man will really step in here, so then the owner pretty much I go ensure say he foot the down on the ground, so no bunglings not go on again, because how could you fire a coach after one game, Mannings?
Yeah, but how could you fire a coach after but Tappa lost his job after one game?
So a little Chelsea are going then. Little Chelsea are going upper Senton. And a little what, you know, little Chelsea.
You know, Coach Minzy, you and I should not be having discussion, because our clubs don't normally operate like this. It's people like Bomb Sports TV and Unseen Sports TV that need to speak on matters of this sort. Because, I mean, I don't understand these things. These things are new to me.
And the two of them about, you know. But before we get you hear from the Bomb and the Unseen, Mount Pleasant spend big money, right, Mannings? Because you have to spend big money to get Tappa back. Plus, well, we are here, so some heavy negotiation going on, you know.
Yeah.
So some big money spent.
Yeah. So that's the way a football boss. It's when you come on to the money spending thing, you really have to talk to, because you know that Arsenal and Manchester United are very frugal in their spending. You have to speak to the heavy spenders.
Oh,
you know,
the bomb sports.
I am not. But what I will say though is that I think Mr. Gould, and I think sometimes people think like the major amount of his money is spent with the football club itself. But there's a lot of other things that he's spending money on in Jamaica's football that people don't know. So I don't think he has an issue with putting money to get the ultimate result, whatever that is. Like, for example, people don't give him a lot of credit. There's an under-17 league, for example, like I said, that right across Jamaica recently that was completed. He was instrumental in financing that basically solely. But you don't hear that in you understand me? So I don't think he has an issue spending the money if it's going to get to the outcome, because they believe that the club is financially backed enough to produce more than what Cavaliers did in the CONCACAF League or Championship. However, money is not all.
Yeah.
Money. You know that they said that the arms of football are the technical, which is the on-the-field stuff, the administrative, and the financial. You have the money, whether or not, no, you have to ask, do you have the administration? Because the team don't have a team manager, you know.
So, hold on, as a man who don't say you couldn't jump on a...
Well, this is what they're going to have to look at now. Probably you need a team manager and let Mr. Christie be the director of football. Your director of football cannot...
But man, he came up as a director of football or something, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but you can't be the team manager. You can't be the team manager and the director of football.
Oh, okay. So he need one role so he doesn't overlap, and then you have bunglings and droppings and them something that.
So if you are working on transfers, then the things that are necessary for the CONCACAF, because there are many things that needed to have been done in terms of CONCACAF, because this is not a JPL game. This is a competition organized by CONCACAF, where the top club from this whole thing could go to a Club World Cup. So for CONCACAF, this is big. So you have to have an administrative arm that can do that. You cannot be the director of football and be doing that part of the job. Something going to fall apart. And that's part of what I think they're going to have to work on going forward.
So he might choir director and a musician at the same time.
Yeah.
That can't work.
I feel it for people like I think the former San Diego coach who moved from San Diego and Black Lions. I think he used to coach Black Lions as well and San Diego, and he moved just recently to come to Mount Pleasant. Can he go back to San Diego and get back the job? Did San Diego appoint someone to prepare their team? What happened now? Because the man who coached San Diego normally coached Black Lions. So if you lose the San Diego job, you lost the Black Lions job. What will San Diego do? Because they must have had a coach there working with the players in preparation for Manning Cup.
But that is a good point too. But one of the greater issue too is the fitness person that was there too, knowing that Lamar is coming back, and also what transpired allegedly at Portmore United, where them transfer the coach, the head coach. What about those players who went with him? We were just discussing that.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't believe everything has been finalized yet with some of those things. I think like this is okay, you're available. All right, come in right now. Let's plug this and let's work out the details. Because Horace Reed and these guys are big time football administrators. I would find it hard to believe that you could go to a team operated by people of the likes of Clive Marshall, Horace Reed, McIntosh, and you started working with them, would have brought in players, and then you leave them 2 weeks before the start of the competition with no consequences. I think that is not going to be as easy as we're speaking it, though it is part of what is supposed to happen. The other thing is that Tappa may have players there who were there from the last time. I mean, he hasn't lost much of the players that he was relying on, really. He had Howell, Duxley, and then Mario Phillips as three of the main players who have departed that he was relying on. The rest of the players are really fringe players, you know, so they really haven't lost the core of Tappa's team. When you check it, they still have Kimone Bailey, they still have Shaquille Dyer, they still have Suley McCullough, they still have the starting goalkeeper Shaquan Davis, they still have Daniel Green, they still have Devonte Campbell, they still have Nathaniel James. There's a next defender. Well, Topi was there, but he was getting a lot of time on the top at different times. So they really haven't lost the players that he relied on. I think Howell and Duxley are the two main players that they have lost. And I think Demario Phillips, who they were having on the bench, even in the JPL finals, they had him on the bench. Guthrie wasn't getting a lot of playing time. Right. Cummins is also still there. So that the defense line is really still intact. Cummins played right back. Suley played left back. They had Dyer and Richie or Dyer and Topi. So they have the defense line. Howell and Duxley out of the midfield, they used to rotate them. Demario Phillips, they weren't playing a whole lot because they had Nathaniel James. Sometimes they have Kimone Bailey, Daniel Green, Bradford, who used to be starting, he's still there. So to me, they haven't, like I said, lost a lot of players that he couldn't form a starting 11 or 13-man squad from what he had when he was there a few months ago. So I don't think it is as bad a state. And if the philosophy is still the same from when he was there before, then he's good.
Yeah, and when you look on the language barrier that the other coach spoke about, how do you see that affecting Tappa, or not much?
Language, the coach had a language barrier with you. We didn't said it. No, the coach never had a language barrier, man. I think the coach, the Cameroonian could not. They said the Cameroonian never understood what the people were saying, so he was always in other people's spaces. Like there was a corner and Suley McCullough. And Suley McCullough was, I don't know if Suley McCullough was my header, but he probably thought something else. And I think that is the communication barrier that he would have referred to. I don't think, because I don't think Tappa is going to start the Cameroonian anyways.
All right, so BAM Sports, what you say?
Good afternoon, Minzy and Mullins. Unseen on this?
Yeah, Unstein's still there.
I'm not hearing BAM Sport, man.
You're not hearing him?
Yeah, but I'm hearing you.
Let me see what I'm going on. Let me see what I'm going on my end.
Yeah, man, Unseen, they are live, man.
Coach, you not hear me?
Yeah, man.
Hearing you now, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hey, whoa. Sorry. You're not. Where are you from, BAM Sport?
Yo, good evening, Mullins, man. Nobody excitement, brother. Good evening. Come let me feel it at evening time, brother. I'll be a thing I go on, brother. I lose track of time, but yo, me there. So yeah, coach, I think the whole situation here, it's quite telling. I from originally from Ireland, his team was assembled. I thought that it was a wrong move. I didn't think that it would change this fast. I mean, this is probably the shortest ever coaching stint in Jamaica's history. I'm gonna make a post about that later.
Man, on top of involved in a history, you know.
So yeah, so I never expected it to end this fast. But I went to I watched the game, I was there live, and then I went to the press conference. And when I finished listening to the press conference, it was quite telling, what was based on the coach's own explanation about the stuff that happened. So I always, it kind of solidified my thought that, he wasn't the right person for the job. And then you heard things, other things being said after the game about other members of his staff and stuff like that. So I sort of felt that they weren't gonna last long. But I think after one game, I think it's kind of shocking. But to be honest, I don't know if this change is going to make the team any better. Based on when it was done and the manner in which it was done, I think they're always going to be under pressure in this competition. Maybe by the time the JPL comes around and a few rounds play, they probably could settle in and you would probably see the fruits of that labor. But if it doesn't work out for them in this competition, I don't think too much could be said about Tappa in terms of, that because he would not have had the team for the preseason and, he wouldn't have been there when these players were assembled and stuff like that. Like I was telling Mannings a few days ago, I felt that the transfers that were made by the club, it didn't seem as if there was any thought placed into it because you had players playing out of position. They have a lot of players who are, you would say, quote unquote, Premier League JPL stars. But one of the issues you find with that is whenever you bring in a lot of those players and you spend the type of money that they did, you come up under the pressure of always finding a way to put them on the pitch. And when that happens, you're going to have to put someone out of position because there are players there who are similar in terms of the position that they play and stuff like that. The coach did mention the communication. He was saying that whatever they were telling the Cameroonian striker, he wasn't able to understand or to adapt to what they were saying, which I find strange because that player has been here for more than a month now. So there must have been something that could have been done in order to communicate with him. Last year I saw Mobe playing with like 4 Brazilians, and 3 of them cannot speak English. And they didn't look like they were out of place in terms of communication with players who speak English for the most part. So I didn't really buy that. I felt like that was just an excuse to try and cover something. And then the coach said that Nicholas Nelson was injured and he wasn't aware that the player was injured until he saw him limping in the game. But he could say that injury seemed to have been carrying that injury. So, and then, just the rest of the answers he gave to the questions, it just showed me that he's just clueless, for want of a better term. As it relates to bringing back the staff together, I think, like Mannings is saying, the most difficult one would probably be Davian Ferguson, because I don't think Lamar had a job at another club. And Tappa was at a school, so I guess it's probably a little bit more easier for those two. But I think Davian is going to be difficult to get. But, I think they have the means to get him, just if they are going to be willing to pay the price. As that Manning said, Portmore is a very well-run club with very experienced sporting administrators who are not going to just leave themselves, loose like that. But it's going to be interesting. I think it's probably going to make the league a little bit more exciting. People are going to look forward to it some more. As it relates to the players, I think the players that left, they lost some players, but I think they got players in who you could say are on the same level or maybe a little bit above those that they lost. Because they brought in Alex Marshall, who's one of the best attacking midfielders in the league. They brought in Anglin, who arguably one of the best CDMs. They brought Ferreira, who's one of the best number 10s too last season for Mobe. So they brought in players. Penny Cook. He's a standout centre back.
And I think Nicholas Nelson is also good.
Yeah, Nelson is a double-digit goal scorer for the last 3-4 seasons in the Premier League. So I think they brought in players who...
And they have a player who is on the verge of playing for Panama.
Yeah, Jonathan Sissane, I think his name is. So I think they have some good players. They brought in Irving, who captain Cavalier last season, Ming, who was also a captain at Cavalier too, and they won the Premier League twice. I was a bit surprised that they lost Avery. He seems to be a really good player, especially when he came on for Cavalier. Seemed to know his way around the park, so I was a little bit surprised that but the way from what I'm hearing, I think that was the best thing because the staff that was there now, they weren't gonna be utilizing him that much. So I think everything went well there. I know Austin is at Chapelton. My understanding is that he's there, but I don't know what's gonna happen now in terms of if that whole deal is gonna break down. But he's there and training. I think he's camping there as well. So who knows? But I think it's gonna be an interesting time. And as it relates to the operations of Mount Pleasant, that management was saying about the manager and stuff. I think Paul Christie took over most of those operations. But I think, based on how I see the CONCACAF thing operate and stuff, yeah, you're gonna need more than just one person doing multiple things. Because CONCACAF doesn't take too kindly to that. I think last year there was a club who had their general manager being a stadium announcer, and the CONCACAF fined the club for that. So they are not too keen on one person having multiple roles. So they're gonna have to, I don't mean they have the resources to can get those things sorted out. So I guess it's just a matter of them putting things in place in order to, to make it happen.
Well, so they found the club for that.
Yeah, the club was fine.
Anyway,
I found the club.
That you did not go say, man. You never say it.
They were fine. I think it's like something like 3,000 US or something. I remember, but yeah.
I heard Unseen. Unseen is here.
Yeah, man, in there, man.
I hear
money before you go in. I heard you said something earlier about San Diego and Black Lion. I don't think those two things are connected.
Yep. Trust me, Brian. This is management. If I tell you that there's just check the persons who own the Black Lions team. Which school they use to go to.
I never see. I don't know if I think apparently about few players from St. Jago has ever played for Black Lion, though,
No, that's not what I'm saying. Check the school that the people used to go to that are at the leadership of Black Lions. Coach Music can't tell you. Check out who run Black Lions and which school they used to go to. So if you see a coach between Black Lions and St. Jago.
No, I can find out.
Yeah, man, find out. Maybe sometimes all these schools they can't pay the salary. You understand me? So maybe some past student want help on them run. I think already. So if you coach this team and that team, they will put the salary together to make it work. You understand me, Coach Minzy?
Yeah. Unseen, the people them say they fund Ahmed Nice,
Fund Ahmed Nice?
Yeah, they fund.
No, Unseen. What they're saying is that you're on a thing with and you're talking, but though you're not, I am not.
No.
You now get it, They're saying that you said you're not a fan of Mount Pleasant. So they're trying to find out if you're not, you mean like you're not fond of Mount Pleasant or you're not a fan of Mount Pleasant. Because they're trying to figure out how.
Man is man can tell you, I got almost every Mount Pleasant game go watch. I love Mount Pleasant.
You know I get it, Manins. But Manins, you did not go say something before. Before Bam say if you hold on a little bit.
Yeah, you know something to say to one team sports.
Yeah. So, but you know what is funny though? And Unseen I find it hard, right? To believe like Unseen. Because Mount Pleasant played slow, lethargic, right? Bam. But they completed more passes than Cavaliers in the game. They never created as many chances, but they had more possession. All right. So Unseen always speaks about like how the national team kind of played. And he's tired of the long ball and that kind of a thing. No, I find it very hard, right, to understand how this man is connected to a team like Cavaliers, who does exactly what he's so opposed to. I can't get it. Like he likes he follows Cavaliers, work with them, supports them, but he doesn't like that brand of football in the national team. And I don't hear him coming out and lambasting the Cavaliers leadership about the way they play the football. Because he says, yes.
If you wish to tell the truth.
Hold on and seeing. Coach, when Weatherman join the channel, brother, you have to pause, you know. When Weatherman join the channel, you have to pause, brother.
Oh, Mick.
I want to be a coach, man. You know, say Weatherman them thing, man. Yeah, big up Weatherman.
Weatherman a long time panelist, man. No make it
Foundation. Big up everybody. Big up the panelists. Them.
Oh, this is West Palm.
Man of Steel, no, Palm Sports.
Who is this? West Palm Beach?
Yeah, man. MC, man.
Is this his correspondent or the original West Palm Beach?
No, this is the owner of the channel itself. from outer Palm Beach.
CEO.
What up, man?
Yo, big up everybody in the chat. No. Coach,
yeah, man,
excuse me for the camera car, you know, mobile right now. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, but there I know, link up. Hey, hey, you know, people I wonder this because we're not talking about Mount Pleasant, you know, and thing. Now I say, me up on the channel and this is not one of my team there. But remember, say, in the middle of the night, them cohorts for top midfielder to come join them, you know. So now I'm going to wonder, this Tappa Whitmore coaching this team going to affect him now. If Whitmore going to be able to get the best start time, because of course we did, because he was a regular in the national team and the squad them that select.
Call name,
I want to see the Anglin man, the Rooney
you have to call name, make people want to know here.
So we'll see how Tappa Whitmore going to get the best start time now, because, you know, I never like the move. But it's a money move, and it is what it is at this point. We just have to replace him now.
Remember, say a little Chelsea, Mount Pleasant, them a little Chelsea now, you know.
It's funny you say that, you know. You say, the defending champions, them licked them for 2-0 over in the first encounter there. And the same thing I'm doing at Man City, you know. 2-0 we get from Man City. The only difference is we never backtrack.
Well, no, for I'm not for coach. All right. Yeah, Unseen, where did I say now?
No, I said to management, if him can recall, always come and talk about that speed. My speed always an argument over it. And him always tell me about this long pass thing and new stuff in a football where you play the ball to a channel. And one bag of something, I always say to him, me not agree to that. You understand? I always say, but Tuesday night, it worked, and I'm happy.
It's a Tuesday work and you're good.
Oh, so Unseen, you don't really have a problem with the tactic. You just have a problem when it don't work.
No, listen to me. It's when you go up above Jamaica quality football, right? Because in Jamaica it's like maybe some team maybe 3%, 4%, 5% better in terms of players, individual ability. Not far away. Right? But when you go Conquer Cup level, brother, that not gonna work.
But the Conquer Cup level Cavaliers are playing.
But you must say a JPL team them play.
Yeah, but didn't Cavaliers win this thing? Didn't Cavaliers go to the final last year?
Let me talk. All right, let me make it specific. Conquer Cup champion.
But where did Cavaliers go last year? And
they went to the Conquer Cup Champions League and they got decimated. Put it that way.
No. All right. So when they were playing like Robin Hood and Defense Force, what were they playing?
Oh man, same.
Caribbean Club Championship.
Same.
Okay, so what you're saying is that. So what are they playing now?
Same thing, Caribbean Club Championship.
So what Unseen is saying is that when they go to the CONCACAF Club Championship, it won't work, but it will work in the Caribbean.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And the
JPL. Okay. So Jamaica can use this against the Caribbean team, but when they go outside of the Caribbean, they should play differently.
Two different questions. I talk about Jamaica now. We are talking about Mount Pleasant and Cavaliers. So it's right.
Okay, but it's the same style of play. I'm more focused on the style of play.
Well, yeah, hopes with my friend.
He not getting money. Move on.
I do think you're saying he not getting it. Anyways, we here to talk about Greenwood to the reggae boys. A long time we hear that rumor there. Me all hear saying get passport already and them something there. Mannings.
All right, man. For the channel for that.
Yep.
Oh, Jay, breaking news weather. breaking news
weather. Dre, anyway, answer before Mannings answer.
Yeah.
All right. At no point in time, none of my sources never tell us Greenwood get a passport. That one they never come from me.
Okay.
Put that out the right away. But it's something that the fan base, majority, like 90% of the fan base, is excited about. The prospect of seeing Mason Greenwood on the field for the Reggae Boys. It's something that would entice me to fly back down to Jamaica for that debut in the National Stadium. So the earlier I know, the earlier I can make plans. So this 6-day thing before squad announce and then thing, that now gonna work for me. So if I'm on a list who have the inside and know the squad already, then you can just give me a buzz in the DM or on WhatsApp. I make my notes so that we can make the proper arrangement then to touch back into the stadium for the much anticipated debut of one Mason Greenwood. We can just keep it on the hush as we do with a lot of things until them get confirmed or we double check the source them and them thing there. But it's something that excites me, and the fan base should be excited too.
What you say, Bam?
Yo, this alright. You see this is one of the things them where just wait till it happen, brother. That's what me I say. Every minute I hear a different story and things. So I don't know if sometimes me not sure what I go on with that one. So for me would have glad still if him active, but me just wait till it happen. Me nah pray if you get me. So me not overly excited, brother. Cause regular we hear them thing and then nothing become a hit, but some just go and watch. Yes, but if it happen still, yeah, me would have, but I think it gonna make me go the stadium anymore or any less. If Jamaica play, once me available, me I go watch them. So I don't know if I think Greenwood being available, I gonna make me want go more or less.
Oh, so yeah, take a jibe at the weatherman. All right, no problem.
No man.
Unseen, where you see?
Why? I have a crystal ball and I try to rub it right now to get some information, but I said the same thing like the bomb sport. I said that's why I watch and see what I go on.
So we have crystal ball and yeah, watch and see. Or with the rubbing.
Come up on the crystal
oh
ball.
yeah, you probably rub and now let go.
They rub the crystal ball when
we say Christian ball or crystal ball. Because if a Christian ball is supposed to know what's going on, you know.
Oh God.
Unseen, make up your mind. Which ball you rub?
Cristiano. Where's the Cristiano or Crystal? Which one?
And that me I say the kind of man Cristiano.
We rub one of the ball then, right?
Anyways, drop the argument there. That does sound too proper. What you say now? Yeah, wait and see.
But anyway, wait and see coaches just Minzy and Bomb Sports and Weatherman. When I drop the what's go on, so I go on. If him come, I will just enjoy while it lasts.
Sometimes you communicate with me laughing and one say man come just enjoy.
Let's
just move on. Big up Odyssey. But listen, I think being just around, the system and see how these things work. I think many times, even the people are in the process, they do all that needs to be done. And then, like I always say to people, the errors on the documents for most British Jamaican, I would say from my experience, when it gets on to grandparents, I would say most of my experiences is that there are issues with documentation. And that is a multiplicity of things, right? From incorrect spelling, changing of name, poor visibility, people passing, losing information. So sometimes you think that these things are so close, but yet they are far. So I like Brian's approach. And I also think like the information being fed to fans must be controlled. And fans must learn to control their own expectation, like Brian, because some people want to know something that is not there. And when they're not hearing what they want to hear, it's like it triggers them. So you're trying to run a show in a Minzy, and you don't want to address the Mason Greenwood issue because you don't have the information. And people get upset. So the next one who watch your channel now believe he has to create something to make the people stay. So he's led down a path of putting out information to suggest that something is close, but he has no proof. You understand me? Because he knows, having seen your program, that the people don't want to hear that he's not coming. They want to hear that something is processing. So he says, closer than you think. So people say, why it closer? Yeah, man. And people just say stuff sometimes that puts expectation on the fan base. The fan don't always go back to the person, you know.
The who? The fan?
The fans, they don't go back to the people. They come back to you. Yeah. They're coming to your channel. Who never did it, you know? You never break anything. You never told them that the person. They come to you and they expect you to feed into what they have been said. Yeah, but we're talking, in this case, we're not talking about the fund. We're talking about the fund. Right, I'm saying?
But Mannings, you know what I see a lot of articles floating around, you know. And one of the things I believe, I think people are trying to generate interest and momentum in this thing. Because when I read these articles, one of them talk about England. He's turning his back on England. I think these people who write these articles realize that, you know, McLaren used to coach him when he was at Manchester United. McLaren is now at Jamaica. So they try to piece the puzzle together.
But let me help you with that. So part of the process
concrete
is
evidence.
Yeah, there is concrete evidence with what they're saying though. But it is not the complete process. So let's look at it. So normally when a player, I think I said this last week on my show. So when a player is switching nationality, there is the citizenship and the passport part. All right. Then there's also the clearing from the association, the member association, which is the English FA, which is made up of Wales, Northern Ireland, and England.
Yeah.
So all players coming out of that area must get clearance from Wales, basically saying that you're switching allegiance. So once that is done, that is normally made public. That don't mean the player is a citizen of the other country yet. What it means is that when the citizenship comes through on the passport, the player already has clearance. So sometimes the member association like Jamaica will write to get clearance before the citizenship.
The documentations are
right.
processed. Yeah.
And that is public. So I think many people have seen that public, the changing of, you understand me, asking for clearance, which means he's now switching allegiance.
Yeah.
But that don't mean
that's why I'm saying the evidence is not concrete because it still not go through all of the process that brings to the end result.
There you go. Yeah. And then the other part of it is that, remember now, though that member association has done that, Jamaica receives it. You must also, after the player gets his citizenship, that passport and a letter must be given from Jamaica or from Trinidad or from wherever to send to FIFA for FIFA to finally clear it.
So AM Henry is saying, obviously Mason have his passport because he would not be changing his nationality without his passport. It's in the New York Times. So the New York Times is wrong. She asked a question there.
I've not read the New York Times article, all right? But I can tell you how the process is. What I know is that changing, having been cleared, is not connected to having citizenship in the next country. Both are not connected. Two different processes. Because you being cleared has nothing to do, because you, tomorrow, who knows? Let's give me a player. Tomorrow, let's see, a player in England. Let's look at O'Reilly or James Justin, the Leicester player, they say St. Lucian. Tomorrow he can go and ask for clearance, even though he hasn't yet. He said tomorrow he can get up and say, I don't want to play for England, and I want the FAs to clear. And he calls the St. Lucian, asks him to write and make the request. And they do that. That don't mean he's a citizen of St. Lucia, because that's a completely different process. But
But money's man. A reasonable person would think that that would be a foolhardy thing to do. To ask for clearance from an organization. So to say James Justin would ask for clearance from England to switch to St. Lucia without having St. Lucian documentation.
No, but because he knows that by heritage, nothing can deny him from being a St. Lucian by heritage.
No, really? but that's a different thing, because nothing can deny him. So he could very well be in England and this having St. Lucian heritage, but if he's going to the extent of requesting switching of allegiance, it is because he knows that he has the requisite documentation to go and play for St. Lucia.
Not necessarily, Brian.
Manning, but what reason would it be for you to what Mannings? Hold on, Mannings. Yes. Why would you be asking to switch allegiance to a next country without having the, even if you're, because remember, you know, you can have heritage, but I think I don't know how far it go back. But I think say your great grandfather can be Jamaican and he can play for Jamaica. I think it stops somewhere. So having heritage alone is not a prerequisite to go and seek switching of allegiance. So it's reasonable to believe that if somebody is switching allegiance, it is because they believe they have what is required to can play for Jamaica.
But that's what I'm saying. You have what is required. Heritage. You have Jamaican heritage. It don't mean
that you don't have the document. That's what I'm saying.
Right. All right, Brian. You win, sir. Because we can't what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying to you.
Hold on the Mannings, hold on
listen to me now, Brian.
Mannings, hold on a little bit. Because I can understand from the standpoint where Brian is talking about. Logically, that is what BAM Sports is saying. Logically, it don't make no sense, Mannings. But let us hear your perspective again, so the people can do. But before you say it,
yes,
see me go up on the New York Times and the Athletics, and it tell me say his nationality is England still. Continue, Mannings.
So let me say it again. Before you can represent a country, even if you have the Jamaican passport, unless you're cleared by the English FA, you cannot represent Jamaica. So what happens is that many players, while they are in the process of switching nationality, they ask for clearance from the member association that they previously represented. You seeking that clearance and getting it is no way indicating that you have already passport in the other country, because one is not connected to the other. That is it. People can assume what they want to assume, and that is fine. People can draw a reasonable conclusion, and that is fine. Obviously, and nobody is denying that Mason Greenwood would have applied for Jamaican citizenship. That's clear. Nobody's saying he didn't. What I'm saying, applying for it doesn't mean that he has it. And he doesn't need to have it to get the clearance from the FA. Where he needs to have it is when it is going to FIFA, because that will require the passport of the new place or the new country.
I think, man, with the greatest of their respect, I feel like I just have to skip around the point, brother. Because I think you're trying to make up me say, I feel like say, what you're trying to make up me say, seem like say, me now say nothing with sense, brother. Me I say, if, I'm not use Mason Greenwood, I'm take out Greenwood, because I don't want to use Greenwood. The James Justin, what you say, he live in England, he play for Leicester City, and he probably play for England already at some level. So he's a representative of that. MA, see him? For whatever the reason, he decides he want to switch and play for St. Lucia because he have him heritage there. And the heritage we have makes him eligible to play for St. Lucia. See him? What reason would James Justin have to go to English FA, him or him agent or whoever is managing him, to say, hey, we need a clearance so James can go to St. Lucia.
Brian, you're not listening to me. Brian, this is what I'm saying. I'm not going to debate with you. So after this, sir, I am, listen, me not depend them thing upon you. Let me say it again. It is James Justin cannot ask for clearance. It has to go through the FA. It is Jamaica would have to write to English. So he can't. So obviously more have dialogue. That's basic. He cannot go and ask for it for himself. It is the MA, the other MA who has to write. So the St. Lucia MA would have to write, which means that of course you'd have shown that he has a desire to play for them.
But it would be without documents. So him can't
without documents.
Okay.
Which is the point I'm making.
That doesn't make sense. Means it, that doesn't make sense.
That's fine.
Bomb sports. Hold on now.
Brian, you're right, Brian. You know, make no sense.
Bomb sports. Remember, me tell us from your perspective, me understand what you're saying.
Means it. What money's going to say make no sense because you see what I'm saying a while ago? Straighten my point. Because furthermore, I thought, based on how we explained it first, I thought a player could decide to demonstrate allegiance and request the clearance. He's telling us now that it's not the player or his management that can do it. It's the MA that is interested to go and represent will have to write that letter or make that request to the other MA to say, hey, this player is interested and whatever them have to work out, them work out. What reason would a St. Lucia MA have to take it upon themselves, go to the English MA or any other MA that is to say, we want this player to switch allegiance if they didn't think that this player, man is going to keep cut me off and allow you, know. What reason would they have to say, hey, James Justin want to play for St. Lucia, he need a switch without them in themselves having the prerequisite to say, yo, him having citizenship or him documents or he's in the process of getting it. So we know that by the time this part of finish, him have it. It wouldn't make no sense if you're not part of the process. And that's what I'm saying, and you're telling me that what I'm saying is wrong, or me trying to argue.
Brian, listen, boss. I never use the word that you're wrong. Me not tell her that. So here's what I'm going to say to you. You are right, sir. Mason Greenwood has his document. That is the reason why he was cleared. So he has a Jamaican. Me not argue, boss. He have a Jamaican passport, sir.
I never that he get from it still, if we can interject real quick.
Me I try understand him because he just said in his thing, you know, or he is in the process. Being in the process don't mean you have citizenship. You don't need citizenship. All you have to do is once you start processing, if you're processing a document, if you can just start the process, you can indicate to the MA that, listen, I am going to start this. I have all my documentations ready. They begin to write to get you cleared, my boss. That clearance can come before you get any citizenship or any passport.
But man, I didn't say anything different.
Let me finish my point.
I didn't say anything different.
Let me finish my point. But you are correct.
So if you never said something different, if you never said something different, what would have been the argument?
Brian, let me finish.
Because management is trying to suggest that I am being misleading, brother.
Make him finish. Make him finish.
Brian, you corrected me. You corrected me. You corrected me. That is why we got to that, and I use a hypothetical of James Justin because you corrected me, sir. That is it. You corrected me. So if you're correcting me, it means that my utterances were wrong. So you and I can't be saying the same thing because you corrected me. You said man is money are wrong, and that don't make any sense. That is what you said, you know. Maybe that's not what you meant.
Yeah, so that is where the difference in opinion.
You said I am
so
wrong, and that don't make any sense. So you can't say me and you said the same thing.
Yes, that is true. Bomb Sports. So why man explain it just now, and you said Yanima say the same thing. So I don't understand why the contention.
Tell me what reason would the JFF take up themselves right to the English FA and ask them to clear a player, any player? I'm not going to use any player, Rafael Morris or any one of them player there. What reason would they have to do that if the federation themselves didn't feel as if we have what is going to be required for the official allegiance? Why would they do that? Man is trying to tell me that them don't have to even start the process because it is not dependent. And I'm saying, I agree with that, but me I said to myself, say, brother, it don't make no logical sense for a federation, ask the next federation to clear a player who them not have no inkling or there is nothing to suggest that this player is going to switch. And he's trying to make me think, so what me I said don't make no sense.
So Brian, so which player did I use that I said to you is that by heritage, if I believe a person by heritage wants to represent Jamaica, it is clear that how would I know that? By having some type of contact with the player. So, say for example, James Justin, let's use that example, remove Mason Greenwood. Say, listen to this, I realize I have St. Lucia heritage. I would love to play for St. Lucia, all right? The St. Lucia, he hasn't started any documentation. The St. Lucian FA can write because Justin has said that. He begins to put together, because obviously, they would him say, what? My grandmother. By my grandmother, I don't know how it works. My grandmother is St. Lucian, so therefore I can qualify to play for St. Lucia. All right? That's what they know. All right? They know that. They can write to be cleared. Because being cleared by the FA don't mean you can represent the country even if you get the citizenship. Because there's a next part of the process is that you have to get a letter from in Jamaica we call it PICA, that goes to FIFA, that validates your citizenship with your passport information, and then FIFA sanctions it. So clearing you alone does not complete the process. After the clearance comes the passport, which is then sent to FIFA with information for that to come through. So he can, without even starting the process, but they know that he wants to and there is documentation, they can ask for the clearance. They can. So, of course, there is the process of Mason Greenwood that started. Nobody is denying that. But the process don't have to be in the middle. It don't even have to get to the part of him having the citizenship yet. But they would know that, of course, he qualifies to be a Jamaican citizen.
Because they have it on transfer market here now, but they still have him as an England citizen.
Yes.
So my question is, though, Mannings, if you have, for example, Greenwood,
yeah,
have him, all right, so make we move Greenwood because
no, Triple E, hold on them, Triple E. Me and Brian, after this, me and Brian are going to talk. You understand me? No, worry yourself. All when you hang up and say, yo, coach me to my girl, I don't care. I'll call him later. I'm a brethren.
Hey man, that's a football conversation heated sometime. A years we have said that in a man. Make friend and friend cuss, but after the argument, everybody good.
Oh, well, on years we are doing it over here.
Yeah, man, I don't know what that chip is.
I think Henry's question is, what if the person don't get Jamaican citizenship? Remember, you can still though you are cleared enough. Remember, the clearance don't mean that you cannot go back and play for that place enough.
Because you would not have started any document.
So if you don't get citizenship anywhere, say like he never get Jamaican citizenship, and a coach down the road wants to call him, he's still a citizen of England, so he could still play.
But my question I'm going to ask Mannings, because this is a unique it's not unique. Well,
The money, man. Hold on, the coach.
No, Bam, hold on. Because the question I have to do with the same scenario, but from a different perspective.
No, but more follow up on something money's man say a while ago.
Y'all get a chance, man. Just remember what you said.
Okay. Yeah.
Question is, if Jason live in England, him a 19-year-old and him a baller, and him decides say him want get him passport, would he have to go through the same process with secure his passport as if he was going to play for the national team?
I don't. If Jason is a,
Jason is a baller.
Yeah, man. Means me not think being a baller.
Well, on the man, him don't contact the FA, the Jamaica.
Which FA? The English FA. Okay.
Him not contact nobody, but him go look about him document.
Yes.
How clearance going into that situation?
You still have to be cleared, because remember what have to prove is that.
Then. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because remember you have to be remember, you know, that even if you get the Jamaican passport, the Jamaica, because what you don't want to do is, this is happening in even regular transfer. When a player comes to your club, you have to make sure that they call it like, it's almost like a player passport, I think they call it. You have to make sure that he's not connected to any club, because if the player says to you, I've never played for England, he could have played youth football in Wales, or in Northern Ireland. And so what you have to do is to make sure they say something that this player represented us or didn't represent, and they are cleared. In other words, they are out of our database now, so they can represent elsewhere. Something to that effect.
But Mannings, is it that once you're a sports person and you're going to look a passport, you have to get clearance? That is what I ask, because a regular citizen would not have to get clearance.
No, because I don't know. I can only speak to the football. I don't know if the track and field people.
No, man, I talk a regular man when you do nothing. You're not.
You're not. You just want a passport to get a passport. Yeah.
So the man with a footballer, that depend him ID card. Seeing when he might try to get him passport, he have to go through the clearance thing first. That's what I want.
Because some people don't, unless some people may get a Jamaican passport but don't want to play for Jamaica. Because you can get a Jamaican passport and still play for the USA, you know?
Yeah.
And still play for England, you know? You only need clearance if you're going to switch the nation that you represent.
Okay, that is what I want to clear up.
Yeah.
Because a man can just get him passport without trying to get the clearance.
Some players don't get it. Some players don't get it because they have never played. They never played for any youth football in England. But once they play any level of youth football and indoor systems,
you have to get clearance.
Because they have represented
another nation.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to clear up, so that we never ambiguity in the conversation.
Yeah. I think Brian had a point, but let me just
go ahead, Brian.
Like what thing they said about Omari Hutchinson. He says it's a case in point. Because really what this is, you know, the JFF is trying to expedite the process. So what they have done is let us get the clearance, so that if the fifth Mason Greenwood documentation come on, all we need to do is to just get the thing from FIFA in 24 hours if possible, to see if him could get in, because
instead of go try to get the clearance again.
Because it takes a little while to get the clearance. Okay. So what they will do is try to get the clearance, so when documentation comes in, you really don't have to wait the next 3 weeks. Right? But Omari Hutchinson is a case in point, right? All right. So played for Jamaica, right? In a game against Trinidad. Though he got clearance, he can still be called up to play for England, you know.
Because of his age.
Because there you go.
Hey, man, it's different. I gonna need more than 1 day, 24 hours still now, because remember say our carrier alone can afford them express next day flight ticket then.
No, I didn't say no. Listen, I just using the people.
Yeah, what a man. Them can play for the Harbour View jet.
Yeah, man, the Harbour View jet.
People, no, I'm just using hypothetical. There's nothing about the fifth and all of them things. Please, coach me to explain that to the people. Jay, anyway, don't do that to me, not Jay.
Bam, you did ask. Yesterday, I have a follow-up question for ask, man.
Yes.
Yeah, because Manny's man was saying that basically in explain that part of the process. So what may I say is, if a player, all right, let's say you have a player who is born in England, he is an England national, as in England, he's an England citizen, but he have Jamaican heritage. You know, say, how English thing set up, if you're a homegrown talent, you know, you need certain amount of homegrown players in their team. So they register him as an English national. But he never play for England, but he more play for Jamaica. Him just get him passport and come play for Jamaica, and still clear.
He has never
played.
He has never played.
Yeah.
But the Jamaica FA must check with the English FA.
Yeah.
Because what they don't want to do is, you remember, is player. You remember that happened to a guy in one of these Caribbean countries that played for Chelsea. That played and never got cleared.
Yeah, man, I think Florence Malouda.
Because
he went and played for
country, you know, right?
He played for one of them French colony there or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's French Guyana. He may have played for, but it's the same thing. He had represented France, you know.
Malouda.
He had represented France, and I think he ended up playing in one of these Caribbean tournaments.
Yeah, the Caribbean Cup, I think.
Right, and I think there were some issues with it, right? For example, Pinnock never needed that because Pinnock has never been a part of the English system, any at all. So he never needed that. But Mason Greenwood would need it because he has played football.
One game,
there you go.
Plus the junior games. All
right. People always say, why would he need it from Wales? Because all three things up. It's like I don't know them do it. Do you have the English League? You have Great Britain, United Kingdom, but you have to get clearance from Wales, Northern Ireland, and England. Though most of these players is really England them play for. And you wonder why Wales have to be involved in this. And you understand me?
Union Jack.
Yeah, somebody's saying Guadeloupe, somebody's saying French Guyana. I don't know.
I one of them French-speaking country.
But you know that with the youth it is different because remember now, they have changed even the rule about a one-time switch for young players.
Yeah, them change it.
So you're saying if you play youth football for England,
you have to get clear.
And switch to Jamaica. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like Omari Hutchinson, though he has played that. So like there's a player called Bailey Cadamarty. He would have to get clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, can play youth football for England.
Yes.
But he might come play for Jamaica again.
No, I don't know.
Would have to. Just like Jonathan Rowe, he would have to. He can't play under 21 for England.
Yeah, they would have to. But there are players like Connor Boyce Clark never need any.
Yeah, because I've never played nothing.
He never played.
That's why we asked the question in the mornings because we want to clear up because people might be thinking that a baller can do.
Do you know though that Connor Boyce Clark could still represent England? Because he has no senior cap for Jamaica.
Yeah. Even though he gets called up on them.
Dexter couldn't change though.
No.
But Kanaya could change. Kanaya could say, listen, I want to play for England. He would have to get clearance from Jamaica.
From Jamaica, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, Manning. I know you're a team manager and stuff, but you sure about that Kanaya never get 2 caps for Jamaica unless he need 3?
Which game?
Come off the bench in a World Cup qualifier or Nations League.
Tell me the game.
Boyce Clark. I can't remember the game, but I know say Kanaya play for women in an international senior team.
He has 1 game, my boss.
Okay, so I need 3 because of the 21 age group, right? In 21 and younger. You have to be over 21. Okay.
Played 1 game.
Okay.
Came as a substitute, like you said. So he could still, and he would have to get clearance from Jamaica, though.
From Jamaica.
Yes.
Has there been any such player who, like Jamaican, will play for another country, football? Like, will play for we and then go play for next country?
I think, yeah. This guy from Phoenix that plays for thing there, he never played youth football for Jamaica.
No, Kemar Reed, no.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't.
he became Maltese by naturalizing. I think he lived there for a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he is never played for Jamaica. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think I'm probably wondering if anyone has played for the USA. Did Omar? No, not Omar. Did Robin Fraser play youth football in Jamaica? And then played for the USA? I don't know.
What about the
Maybe I'm wondering if that like
Sean
Sean
Johnson. Yeah, Sean Johnson. I think he would have been the closest one for real.
Yeah, maybe Sean Johnson, right? Or Jeff Cunningham. Jeff Cunningham, they said play for, I think him from Montego Bay. Probably played youth football for Jamaica and play for the USA. So either way, you have to get clearance. And then, like I said, you see, after you get the citizenship, Minzy, FIFA still have to sanction it, you know.
Yeah, man.
So them can say no?
Or them can't tell if they probably do a delay if it do checks or whatever.
I think we had that case already with, I think it was Demarai Gray. Or it was one play. I remember when we were in Austria. Oh, geez. And the player was there. Who was it? And he couldn't play. Was it Latibo there? Because the clearance didn't come through. He was on the bench. One of the players.
Is that a Lati or the midfielder? What his name?
Russell.
Jonathan Russell. Yeah,
right. Either it was Latibo there or but one of those players. It's the same thing. They were there training, and though it was a friendly game, they couldn't play.
Yeah, man, I think a Lati, you know.
Because it was a FIFA, you know, like the games that are like they're friendlies, they're under FIFA. I don't remember.
Right, before I go, gentlemen, so management, let me clear this up from my understanding. It's like a 4-step process before you can run out from the field for your country or for the other country where you ask for the clearance from the FA from. So it's like, but you can skip the clearance from the FA if you know that the player is interested, even though the player never submit the documents yet.
You can expedite the process.
Okay.
Not skip it. You can't just say, listen, boy, it look like Mason Greenwood really is going to come in. So you know what? Let us try and get. You understand me? Everything cleared up. So if you get him passport in time, we have all the letter ready. We have the letter set up right there. So it's just to send the email straight to FIFA. So let's just set up everything right now, just in case it comes through. It can be.
All right, big up everybody from the panel. Man, them in the chat. Big up on yourself. Coach, reach out.
Yeah, man, big up, man.
Time, you know.
So no breaking news, Dre, before you go?
I break news and story concerning my favorite teams and players. Today, the latest one, Lukaku off the books. Sterling is next off the books, making room and making way for the top striker from Italian League, world-class striker.
You have enough
so
seats
still
on the bus?
Yo, wait a man, let me tell you this, brother. Let me tell you this, brother. Listen to me.
You still buy players?
Wait a man, listen to me before you leave, brother. Yo, I'm watch Chelsea match with the, what do you think name you what name? I don't remember what the league name, brother. Anyways, I like a small league there, who play. Me, I tell you, brother, some of them man there, them can pack up, brother. Some of them man now go to Chelsea, brother.
That's why anyway the pack up and gone.
So what them money can stay, big man thing, brother. Let me look on them, brother. Some of them can stay, brother. And some of the money man say I push out. All Gallagher and them man they for Joe Felix. Waste of time that, brother.
Anyways, I'm not going to use this platform to talk about your friend level.
Thing, brother.
Anyways, we have to end the show now. We have to big up to Dre anyway, the breaking news boss. Big up to BAM Sport. The Here We Go boss on the JPL. Big up to Mannings man.
Yo, Minzy, before you leave, brother. Yo,
no respect, West Indies still in the Minzy.
No, man.
No respect, West Indies beat South Africa, you know, sir.
Coach Minzy, before you leave, brother, I say something.
Yeah.
Me I listen to the radio today.
And
me hear a radio station say something, brother. And you see anyhow we did say them thing on the platform, yeah. Who near the end, brother.
What
The man them say, don't a St. Anne. The people them out of the house, you know, brother. I know seriously that brother, that the man say people them move him out of the house but last night.
Anyways, we do one story this morning about the fire into and people and say Tappa come back. People tell me say they don't believe we and then wait till a credible station and bring it up. So anytime we say things, you know, so they don't believe it, but we don't care.
No, you know what is funny? If you say the right thing, they disbelieve you. But when you say the wrong thing, they talk about and say they don't know whatever talk what they can listen to them one day. You see it? Yeah.
Yo, people, a baller fall back in the JPL with a retirement, brother. As
I know sitting there 40.
No man.
Aaron Stevens can't come back and play, man. Look how much goal
no, man. But today I win. But by now on the 27th.
That's next week. Next week Tuesday.
By now on the 27th, look out. Ball the medical everything already, brother. Active.
Right. Bam. Anyways, people, big up on yourself. Thanks for tuning in again. We dropped that one a long time. We're not going to chat on football, but we're there and Manning's come. Where's the GS 140? But big up to everybody in the comment section. When I don't know track and field done, so we're going to try to mix it. Well, it's not done still, track and field never done. We're going to try to mix it and blend it same way because it's a show we're on, isn't it? So big up on yourself. Stay safe. Remember to subscribe to Manning's channel. Remember to support anywhere the breaking news. Remember to support Unseen TV, the man you can't see. Remember to support BAM Sports. And we understand the Manning's joined the Ballheads crew. So also the thing said. Cranky, Dukeland, and no Manning's. Boy, I better tell her. Anyway, big up people.
People in a ball, just through the light and shine. All right, good.
Peter, we are going to run now, man. We're not taking the call right now. We are going to run. Big up.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.